For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
The Brewers just signed a pitcher that two of our rivals deemed a failure this very season. Is this a desperate mistake or the most genius move of the year? Before I reveal the exclusive details, subscribe to the channel now so you never miss a strategic breakdown like this again. Hello Brew Crew, and welcome back to the channel. This is your #1 source for everything about our Milwaukee Brewers. Before we dive into today's news, which is one of those stories that truly defines our front office's philosophy, I have a quick favor to ask. If you love deep dive analysis, exclusive information, and want to stay ahead of all the Brewers news, then please hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss a thing on our journey toward October. Trust me, you'll want to be in the loop for what we're about to discuss today. Now, let's get down to business. I have a piece of news that at first glance might make some of you scratch your heads. But if you follow this team like I do, you know that it's in exactly this type of move that our general manager Matt Arnold and his staff shine. It's a signing that screams reclamation project, a type of gamble that has become Milwaukee's trademark. On Wednesday, the team announced the signing of right-handed pitcher Eric Feda, and here's the most intriguing detail. Fed isn't just any released player. He has already been cast off by two of our direct rivals in the National League this very season. Yes, you heard that right. The St. Louis Cardinals designated him for assignment earlier in the year, and more recently, the Atlanta Braves, one of the league's powerhouses, did the same. For a player to pass through two playoff contenders and end up available, there's usually a good reason, and Feda's numbers in 2025, frankly, don't lie. In 25 games, 24 of them starts, he has accumulated a 5.74 ERA, a 1.57 WHIP, and a 5.19 FIP, which suggests his struggles aren't just bad luck. On top of that, he's managed only 76 strikeouts in 125 innings pitched. Those are not numbers that inspire confidence, especially for a team with Major League Baseball's best record and World Series aspirations. So why on earth would the Brewers take this gamble? The answer lies in three pillars: need, cost, and the unwavering confidence in our development system. First, the need. While our record is spectacular, the pitching staff has been quietly taking some significant hits. On Wednesday, we lost reliever Trevor Megill to the injured list, an important arm in our bullpen. Even more serious was the news about Logan Henderson, one of our promising pitching prospects, who was transferred to the 60-day IL, essentially ending his season. This creates a gap, a need for someone who can, at the very least, eat innings and relieve the pressure on our top arms. We need depth, and Feda, despite his issues, is an experienced MLB body capable of throwing multiple innings. The second pillar is the cost. This is a zero-risk signing from a financial standpoint. Fed is signed for a veteran minimum salary for the rest of the season. The remainder of his $7.5 million salary will be paid by the Atlanta Braves. For a small market team like Milwaukee, acquiring a player with MLB starting experience without compromising the payroll is a victory in itself. It's the kind of efficiency that allows us to compete with the league's financial giants. But the third pillar is the most important, and what truly makes me believe this can work: our culture and our track record. The Milwaukee Brewers have become the premier destination for pitchers looking to reinvent themselves. We have a coaching staff led by pitching coach Chris Hook that is masterful at identifying mechanical or analytical flaws and turning them into strengths. They look at a pitcher like Feda and don't just see the 5.74 ERA. They see the ground ball rate, the movement on his sinker, or perhaps a way to optimize his slider that two other top-tier organizations failed to unlock. Remember what we've done this year with players many had written off or who never seemed to reach their potential. We took pieces like Quinn Priester and Andrew Vaughn, who are stagnating in other clubs' AAA systems, and turned them into crucial contributors to our success. This isn't a fluke, it's a pattern. It's the result of a scouting, analytics, and development system that is without a doubt one of the best in baseball. They trust their ability to fix players, and that's why when the Brewers sign a pitcher who was cut by two rivals, I don't see desperation. I see a calculated opportunity. Feda's immediate role isn't yet clear. He might step into the rotation to give the starters some extra rest. Or he could serve as a long reliever coming out of the bullpen to pitch 3 or 4 innings when a starter has a rough outing. With Aaron Ashby, who hasn't started all season, slated to take the mound on Wednesday against the Arizona Diamondbacks, it's very likely that Feda will be available to piggyback him, providing a safety net. Ultimately, his value won't be measured in wins or saves, but in innings. Innings that would otherwise have to be thrown by our elite arms, wearing them down before the most important time, the playoffs. Diving deeper into the strategic analysis, the signing of Eric Feda is a microcosm of the philosophy that has propelled the Milwaukee Brewers to the top of the National League. It's not about making the flashiest signing, but rather the smartest one. In August, with nearly 130 games already played, the regular season turns into a marathon of endurance. The health and freshness of your pitching staff in October are worth far more than 1 or 2 extra wins in a midweek game. This is where an innings eater like Feda becomes invaluable. Every inning he pitches in a low-leverage game is one less inning of stress for Devin Williams, Joe Payamps, or any other elite arm in our bullpen. Every game he starts, allowing the main rotation to get an extra day of rest, is a direct investment in our postseason competitiveness. Teams like the Dodgers, Braves, and Phillies can afford to go after big names at the trade deadline, paying with valuable prospects. We operate differently. Our strength lies in the ability to maximize the value of every spot on the 40-man roster. Finding an Eric Feda on the waiver wire is the equivalent of finding a useful tool in the clearance bin. It may not be the shiniest, but it serves a specific and essential function that allows the rest of the machine to run more efficiently. Many analysts and fans of other teams will see this signing and scoff. They'll point to Feda's numbers and say the Brewers are dipping into a well that has already run dry, one that the Cardinals and Braves have already given up on. And on the surface, they have a point. It's rare for a player cast off by 2 competent organizations in the same season to find immediate success. However, what they fail to consider is the Brewers factor. No other team in MLB has such an impressive recent track record of optimizing a pitcher's arsenal. They may have identified, for example, that Fed was using his cutter too frequently, when in fact his sinker, with a slight adjustment to his release point, could induce a much higher percentage of ground balls, which plays perfectly with our excellent infield defense. Or perhaps they believe that by taking him out of the pressure of being a full-time starter and using him in a hybrid role, they can maximize his effectiveness in shorter bursts. It's these analytical and biomechanical details that have turned around the careers of so many others who have come through here. It's a gamble, no doubt, but one that is founded on a proven history of success. We are not expecting Eric Feda to become a Cy Young Award candidate. The goal here is much more pragmatic, to turn him into a functional, reliable MLB pitcher who can fill a roster gap at a minimal cost. If he can manage to keep an ERA around 4.50 and give us 20 to 30 solid innings through the end of the season, this signing will have already been a resounding success. In summary, the arrival of Eric Feda is the personification of the Brewers way. It's a low-risk, moderate-reward play that addresses an immediate need without sacrificing the future. It's a testament to the front office's confidence in its player development process, and proof that to build a winning team in a small market, you have to be smarter, more efficient, and bolder in finding value where others only see flaws. While other teams collect stars, we collect opportunities, and more often than not, those opportunities turn into wins. Now, I want to hear from you, the real Brew Crew. What are your thoughts on this signing? Is this another masterstroke by Matt Arnold finding value where no one else looked in classic Brewers fashion? Or are we pushing our luck, trying to catch lightning in a bottle one too many times with a pitcher that 2 of our biggest rivals have already deemed a lost cause this season? I want to see your arguments and debates in the comments below. I'll be down there responding and discussing with every one of you. For more breaking news, exclusive analysis, and the deepest insights on our Milwaukee Brewers, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. The road to October is getting more interesting by the day, and you won't want to miss a single detail.